evening and a warm welcome to State of Business, our television's primetime business news bulletin. I'm Indivari Amoth. We take a look at tonight's headlines first. Informal tourism sector will be regulated, says Tourism Minister. And ADB Vice President says Sri Lanka could get up to $2 billion in loans in the next 3 years. We'll look at your stories in detail now. Asian Development Bank Vice President Wenkai Zhang, who met with President Maithripala Sirisena today, reaffirmed the ADB's strong commitment to support Sri Lanka's continued development. Zhang has said that the government's public finance management reform initiative will help maintain macroeconomic stability in the country. The President assured the ADB Vice President that funds extended by the ADB will be well managed within the country. ADB's partnership with Sri Lanka marks 50 years this December. Over the period, ADB has funded projects in sectors such as agriculture, infrastructure, finance and education with $7.9 billion in total fund assistance. Meanwhile, addressing a media conference in Colombo this evening, ADB Vice President said that they are considering to change the country's strategy program for Sri Lanka. He said that Sri Lanka will be able to obtain more ADB loans thereafter. Zhang added that Sri Lanka will be able to receive up to $2 billion in the next 3 years. Tourism Minister John Amarathunga says the government is resolute to ensure that informal players in the tourism industry are brought into the tax system in order to create a level playing field. The minister was speaking at a media briefing to announce the World Tourism Organization conference to be held in Sri Lanka next week. The World Tourism Organization and Sri Lanka Tourism will hold the conference on tourism, a catalyst for development, peace and reconciliation in Pasikuda from July 11 to 14th. Prominent personalities including the Secretary General of the UNWTO, a number of tourism experts and over 60 international delegates will be attending the high-profile conference. The main objective of the conference is to identify and discuss the close links between tourism, peace and reconciliation as interdependent components to development. Speaking here, it was highlighted that Sri Lanka Tourism has taken initiatives to absorb the informal sector to be part of the formal tourism industry through a process of registering informal players.
Informal sector is mostly found in Colombo. Now this informal sector is not paying any taxes. They are not paying the 1% levy. They are going scot-free. That is something that we have to address our mind. Whereas the hoteliers, they are compelled to pay all the taxes. So time has come to issue a gazette notification to round up all these people who are put up renting out the apartments. Some of those apartments, the money doesn't come to Sri Lanka. They are collected outside, only the people come.
The Italian foreign minister will arrive in Sri Lanka later this year to improve relations with the island. He will be accompanied by a group of leading Italian investors to explore business opportunities here. This is disclosed at the annual general meeting of the Sri Lanka-Italy Business Council in Colombo last evening. Gian Domenico Milano, charge d'affaires of the Italian embassy in Sri Lanka, was the chief guest at the event. Sri Lanka-Italy Business Council was launched in 1998 and Raja Abhay Singha was elected the president of the council.
There have been a number of high-level visits between the two countries over the years. Bilateral relations between our two countries have been very close and cordial. Strong people-to-people contacts have been an important element of the bilateral relations. There are estimated 80,000 Sri Lankan expatriates in Italy. The varied nature of bilateral agreements is indicative of vibrancy of the relationship between Italy and Sri Lanka.
We have more news coming up your way after this break. Welcome back to the news. President Maithripala Sirisena says government is committed to providing assistance to develop the country's indigenous medicine sector. The president said this speaking at the inauguration of Ayurveda Expo 2016 at the BMICH this morning. The 6th edition of Ayurveda Expo, organized by the National Chamber of Commerce, will be held until Sunday. Knowledge-sharing forums with the participation of experts from India and China will also be held to coincide with the exhibition.
වර්තමාන රජයේ රාජ්‍ය ප්‍රතිපත්තිය තුල ආයුර්වේදය දේශීය වෛද්‍ය විද්‍යාව විදකම් ප්‍රතිකාරාංශ ශක්තිමත් කිරීම සඳහා වඩා ප්‍රමුඛත්වයක් දීලා තිබෙනවා. ඔබ දන්නවා අපේ රටේ මේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් රාජ්‍ය සංස්ථා සහ ආයතන දෙපාර්තමේන්තු විශාල සංඛ්‍යාවක් තිබෙනවා. ඒ නිසා මේ සියලු අංශ ශක්තිමත් කරමින් ආයුර්වේදයේ දේශීය වෛද්‍ය විද්‍යාව ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන්ම වඩා වර්ධනය කිරීමට ප්‍රගුණ කිරීමට අවශ්‍ය සම්පත් ලබා දීමට අපි රජයක් විදිහට කටයුතු කරනවා.
And we have Stockwatch coming up next after this break. Welcome back to the news. Market ended the week stronger with overall investor activity seen in the bourse. The all share price index gained 55.62 to close at 6,366, while the S&P SL20 index gained 37.28 to close trading at 3,357. Turnover for the day crossed 1 billion rupees with 38.1 million shares trading hands. The top contributor to turnover was Chevron Lubricants with 403.8 million rupees, followed by John Keells Holdings with 172.3 million rupees and Expolanca 87.5 million rupees. Foreign buying was seen on John Keells Holdings and Expolanca, while mixed interest was witnessed on Chevron Lubricants. Foreign inflows amounted to around 655 million rupees, while foreign outflows totaled 477.7 million rupees. Here's a look at the day's foreign currency rates. And now we have the dealing room update.
The US dollar rupee 1 week forward, which acts as the proxy for the US dollar rupee spot, closed at 146.15 to 146.30 levels on Thursday, stronger than Tuesday's close of 147.20 to 147.30. The local currency strengthened due to the dollar sales by exporters and banks. The 3, 6 and 12 months forward rupee premiums recorded at 2.30 to 2.60, 4.40 to 4.70, 8.50 to 8.90 levels respectively. The interbank call money market was trading at 8.15% to 8.20%, and overnight repo rates trading at 7.95% to 8% due to the low market liquidity levels prevailing in the market. The market recorded a deficit of rupees 48 billion as of Thursday. The treasury bill rates of all three tenors were slightly changed in the auction held on the 5th of July 2016. The 3-month T-bill rates decreased to 8.87% from 8.88%, while the 6-month T-bill increased to 9.89% from 9.86%. 1-year T-bill rate increased to 10.56% from 10.55%. Secondary market bond rates were reduced throughout this week due to demand from foreign investors. The 1st of January 2024 and the 1st of June 2026 maturities were trading at 12.25 to 12.30 and 12.40 to 12.50 levels in the morning today.
That's all on State of Business for tonight. We'll see you again this Sunday at 7 p.m. with this roundup. Until then, take care. Enjoy the weekend ahead. Good night.